Sounds fun.
No. All right, we're live. Anime-Niacs episode 5. Welcome. It's just Max and Dan today. We watched. Is it crooked again? It looks a little crooked.
Whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to fix it.
It's not crooked. It's just artful.
Yeah. Okay. Artful like the crappy ending to freaking Neon. We're not. We'll get there. We'll get there. All right. That's a little better, I think.
Okay.
All right. No crotch today, though. I promise.
No.
All right. So Neon Genesis Evangelion. Dan, take us through. What's the synopsis? What is it about?
Synopsis. It's about Shinji. He shows up and he's whiny. And his dad has asked him to come to this secret military base, a place called Nerve. And he shows up and he realizes he's supposed to drive this giant robot. And he's whiny. And then he drives a giant robot. And there's other kids that come and drive theirs as well. And they have to kill the angels, which are invading Earth, trying to kill off the last vestiges of humanity after the second impact. And Shinji's whiny. And so giant robots kill angels.
Big monsters. I mean,
yeah.
They're called angels. They're just monsters.
Yeah, they come in like various shapes and sizes. And all the kids pretty much end up hating each other, except for Rei Ayanami, who's not really a person anyway.
Yeah. They touch on some interesting stuff in this cartoon. Rei's a clone, and that's she's like artificial. She's 100% artificial, or she's a clone?
Pretty much.
Yeah, so they just kind of like made her up in a lab. That's pretty cool. And then like towards the end, it gets kind of like sexual assaulty, kind of like mild, lightweight rapey. Like it just gets kind of weird, but I just attribute that to the crazy Japanese.
Not like oddly rapey, like the end of like Sword Art gets, where it's perfectly cool until the last episode. The bad guy just starts licking on the tied up chick part. No.
Yeah, that was
that's just weird.
But crazy Japanese, right? So there's that, and then I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it really like all the way up until the end. The progression of Shinji as he like kind of he's getting better at controlling the thing, and then like all the other kids come along, and I thought that was kind of cool. Like or just the more you find out about like what's going on with these robots that these kids are piloting, and then the more you find out what's really happening. It's really like a really cool build up. I didn't like the end though. I don't know what they could have done, but I checked out at the end. It was the last 2 episodes of the series as it ran is some bullshit. It's like this really artsy, like flashing, like super cut up, oh my goodness, what's going on with this now? Hold on, sorry, we're having some technical issues. Computer's telling me something's wrong. All right.
It's not wrong.
It's not. It's good. We're still live. We're live. Son of a bitch. All right. Okay, here we go.
I disagree. I like the last 2 episodes. I kind of see what they're trying to do. They just go from like kids and giant robots, and then messed up shit happens, and then everything goes horribly meta for the last 2 episodes.
It's so ridiculous. It's like a freaking college student's art film. That's what it is at the end. These last 2 episodes are a crappy college student's art film. That's what they are. It's like high art. It's all like metaphor and you're just flashing just images, and it's terrible. It has nothing to do with the rest of the show. Like I didn't know what was going on the whole time. Then I just checked out, went to sleep.
Literally, he actually went to sleep
Yeah,
in the chair.
yeah. It was over. It was too much crap, and I was done.
I kept trying to wake him up for the important parts, but he was.
But all the important parts were the same as all the other crappy, stupid parts.
They were not, sir.
And then so there's like 85 different endings for this thing. They've gone back and revisited the ending 7 or 8 times now, I guess, and
twice.
Yeah, like 800,000 times. They've got to retouch this thing, and it actually doesn't get much better. We only watched one of the new endings, of the 9 billion new endings, but I mean, like, there was more action in it. Like, there actually was a really, really sick fight sequence with what's her name? Asuka, yeah, and she takes out like 9 other of these freaking EVA or EVA units or whatever, these giant robots. So that was really cool. Of course, like, she didn't actually end up doing anything, but and then she gets super killed. Oh, does she live?
Quite. Does she live? She lives.
Okay, well, yeah.
She's on the beach at the end in the last line.
Yeah, but then it's all in everybody's mind anyway, and all this dumb crap, dude. Yeah. So terrible.
But it's not in everybody's mind.
Oh, sorry, it's just Shinji's mind.
The problem is when you kill the last angel, then everybody starts to dissipate into weird goo, and it's up to Shinji to save the day at the end.
Yes. So I'd say watch the original Neon Genesis Evangelion, episodes 1 to 24, and then just stop. Just assume that that's the end. It's over. Like, there's no more than that. You don't even subject yourself to any of this random bullcrap that Dan makes me watch. But I really do like most of the series. Like, I thought it was very, very good, and like the art, it was what, 95. Is that when this came out?
It was around there.
It's just on the edge of my can't watch. It's just on the positive edge of the super dated art. Like Robotech is what I kept on thinking this was.
I love Robotech.
And you would anyway. That's
Dude, I've got the whole giant box set.
You would anyway. Like, that's just outside my watchable. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's on the other side of it. Like, you remember what is it, Shonen?
And if you're nerds, you're gonna think, Macross, but no. I grew up with Robotech, and that's what I watched.
What's the samurai ones with like Power Rangers except they're samurais? It was on forever. There's like a red one and a blue one. And you don't want to talk about that?
I do not.
Okay, like, you run around and then they do their thing and they get samurai armor around. Anyway,
Max didn't like the end of this so much that he's making his own series.
No. I mean, I was just saying that's on the other side of the curve. Like, it didn't make it. Like, that's just on the edge.
Oh, Ronin Warriors.
Yes, Ronin Warriors.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, that's the one. And I can't watch that. So
I couldn't watch that when it was on.
There we go. But no, this animation is still solid. It's really very well done, pretty much throughout. Even the artsy fartsy crap. I mean, I can appreciate it for what it is. Like, it was really, like, I guess if you're some sort of film buff or fucking, you're into that stuff, then it's probably really good. But if you're me and I'm down to watch a giant robot TV show, and then they break into 40 minutes of high art at the end.
How do you like the end of Birdman and not like this?
Because the end of Birdman happened quickly.
Fair enough. Okay. Point taken, I guess.
They could have easily cut one of the episodes out of this whole thing. It was so ridiculous. I do really like it. It's just odd that the ending is so terrible about the series. But it's really mostly worth watching. But yeah, like, these last 2 episodes, I just can't get behind.
My suggestion is to watch episodes 1 through 24,
right,
and then watch the end of Evangelion. Don't watch the original first 2 ending spots, because
it's nigh unwatchable.
The end is, the end of Evangelion, you get the same flavor of what they were going for. It's just much better animated, and you get a little more action. So
yeah, because it's just like a lot of flashes of like bicycles and just things, you know, like that represent like children's happiness and whatnot, and you know, it's like all this imagery. It's so ridiculous, and it's straight up for like 40 minutes. It's 2 whole episodes, just nonstop, and I didn't know what was going on the whole time. I was like, so I mean, yeah, you're just. I was wowed by it. My mind was blown just at how ridiculous it was. Like, and they keep on showing it. I kept on waiting for something to happen, and nothing happens. I'm not wrong.
Stuff happens.
Nothing actually happens. Nothing.
Stuff happens in their mind. It doesn't happen
so
on the
nothing
screen.
happens.
So, you know, giant robots fighting is out.
And then for like 2 minutes, it's like a crazy one of those Japanese. There's like a crazy anime, like one of those kids at school animes. Like it just for 2 solid minutes, it's ridiculous. I don't want to say Tenchi Muyo, but it's, you know, it's like,
hey,
I don't know. I'm trying to say what it's like.
Speaking of Tenchi Muyo, however, I like listening to the English dub on this, even though it's pretty atrocious, just because it has most of the voice actors from the Tenchi Muyo series.
Oh man!
You'll learn really quick that Asuka is the same voice as Washu was in Tenchi.
The English dub is definitely worth listening to, just because of how terrible it is. You know, I'll watch an anime. Normally, I watch it in the Japanese with the subtitles. I feel like that's a little better most of the time. But you know, if I've got to do something, or if I've got to pay attention somewhere else and I can't be looking at the screen, then I'll flip to English if I can. And this was the first time I did it. I was like, "Oh Jesus! Like that is really bad, like remarkably bad." But you know, I guess it is what it is. Like it was just that dub is crazy bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst I've ever heard, but it's not so good.
No, especially for I thought like how well done everything else was.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's really, they dropped the ball on that. Like just I don't know. It was because like everything else, I was really digging it. But then the first time I flipped it over, just because like I had to pay attention somewhere else.
We watched the original one that was released as well. There's I believe 2 other edits. There's like a silver edition, and then there's one with the extended edition ones. They may have fixed some of it on those. I have no idea.
Yeah, I hope they never did, because like they achieved something, they like you didn't know that it could get that bad until they did it.
Well, it's not that bad.
But it is pretty. I don't know, just for as good as everything else was. Like the first time I flipped it over, I was really shocked at how bad the dub was. I was like, wow, that's I don't know. It was just really like one aspect to not be good,
Yeah, because the animation is really, really well done.
Oh yeah, it still holds up.
It's the older style. Don't think everything's gonna be shiny and like curvy like it is now. But I mean, for what it is, it's very well. It's all hand drawn. So,
and then I thought too, because like at first you think they're just robots, and then like it kind of turns into a monster. So you have these some like robot monsters, and you find out like it's just a straight up like monster that they're piloting. They're getting inserted into things' brain. I thought that was really cool.
Yes.
Like there's a lot of like really super cool aspects to it, and we actually haven't done very many. It hasn't been too spoilery.
It's not really.
I'm about to blow that wide open, but
God. Whatever. It's not like it's new. If you're gonna see this, you've already probably
this is the first time I've watched it though. So, but I'm glad that like they did a lot of stuff that was really cool. I liked that episode where he was in that like black hole kind of, the thing that like sucked him into the middle, and he like they're like, well, he's like he's if he powers down and goes straight to life support, he can last for like 16 hours, and he's in this like goo, that like neuro goo or whatever that they got going on, and he's just in there. It's like, okay, not freaking out. I'm here for 16 hours. Like I don't know. I just like there's a lot of like that was a really solid episode. I thought, and it's mostly like him not doing anything. Yeah, and actually, that had a lot of this kind of super artsy cut stuff in it, didn't it? That episode, like,
I wouldn't call it super artsy, but okay.
Well,
yeah,
it's super artsy for a friggin' giant robot cartoon.
They're not giant. You just said they were monsters.
Well, still, but you know what I'm saying. The premise is giant robots.
Yeah. I mean, this is not your regular Gundam. You know,
man, I love Gundam Wing. It's so bad. It's so bad.
I got halfway through through the second series, and they took it off Crunchyroll. I was so sad.
But no, they had a lot of that in this episode, where they're just like doing a lot of flashes of different. Actually, I just watched that movie Lucy again recently. The guy who did The Fifth Element made that movie.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah.
And that movie has a ton of it, just like cutting random stuff into the movie. It really reminded me of that. Anyway, so just like giraffes, it's like stuff fucking, and then like it was weird. It was with there was a lot of good episodes. I mean, there is some random anime stuff, like all the main characters are teenagers, and they're kind of like.
They explain the kids away pretty well, but it seems like the staff of NERV in general is really young.
Yeah. And, so, like, they do those kind of things. What else is, I don't know, like just little things, some little anime things that I don't like that they always do in anime. But,
the
random penguin is just there. They have a pet, super smart penguin. Like, whatever. It's the future. It's 2015, so, whatever. Penguins are cool household pets. I mean, like, I'm not against having a penguin, but that wasn't like a for real penguin,
No, but he's got his own freezer.
Yeah, he just hangs out. Anyway, so they do that regular stuff, and you deal with it because you have to. But that's just the cultural thing. But yeah, I would actually give this. I'm going to say 7 out of 10. I'm going to give it 7 out of 10. Even though the ending is so bad, if the ending wasn't so bad, it might have been like an 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10. But 7 out of 10 because you carried the ball. It's like you ran out of the end zone to the other side. You ran all the way down the 1-yard line and then just stopped, put the ball down, and walked off the field. That's what happened.
I would go 9 out of 10. I think I see where they were trying to go with the last episode.
You don't really know. There's no way to know.
But I thought it was pretty cool. I thought the end of Evangelion that was released 8 or 10 years later.
And it cleaned up really nice too. The new animation is really nice.
Yeah. I thought that took the same idea of the ending but made it a lot stronger. Although I do like seeing Shinji's crazy face. It makes me happy.
The weird camera. Anyway,
it's like it's like an inverted shining camera. When Jack Torrance is up against the wall and is shining, talking to his wife.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that. But I would give it a solid 9 out of 10.
Yeah, the ending killed it, man. The ending just blasted a really good score and made it a kind of good score for me. It just took me straight out of it. It's a complete 180 from the rest of the series.
You can see it building through the middle of it though. They start throwing kind of highbrow names at you. But that they have Lilith in the basement, and
Adam is somewhere.
And their main command deck is called Central Dogma.
And they do some crazy pseudoscience things. You're gonna get that in any it's futuristic and yada yada. So they have a lot of crazy pseudoscience in there.
And the AT field is your soul. Remember that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that actually clears up a lot of business right there. But anyway, I just learned something. I probably fell asleep when they told you.
There you go.
I probably was asleep when they told you that in the super awesome, extra cutty last 2 episodes of random bullshit. But
it's an episode like 20 something.
Okay, so I just missed it. I just missed it. But anywho, yeah, you know, I thought towards the end, you know, like at most of the thing, it's just really what's Shinji? Is that his name? Shinji.
Yeah.
It's just him that does like 90% of the whining, but then as it goes on, everyone decides that they can whine more than him.
Shinji gets slightly better, and then everybody else is kind of undercuts him.
And like there's so much crying, and it's like watching Luke Skywalker in A New Hope. You know, it's just like, shut up, for the love of God! If you like, oh yeah, just put your whining.
Farmer.
Oh, they disintegrated my uncle. Oh, poor me.
He's burning on the front lawn.
But yeah, so no, it's the whole time Shinji reminded me of whiny Anakin Skywalker and Luke Skywalker. But and then everybody else just kind of like joins in the whiny fun. And it's like everyone's playing around the whiny kid pool and laughing and having a good time. But yeah, no, it's still good though. As many bad things I've had to say, I really wanted to read it that I really did like a lot of this. The most effed up thing that happened was so awesome, I thought, and like it was just one of those moments that sealed this in for me. That kept it at the 7. Like this, yeah, he his friend's in another monster thing. He's in the monster, and they kind of, he's stuck in there, but they take over control of it, and it goes and kills his friend in the other monster shoot. So like he's sitting there watching the whole time while his monster goes berserk and like beats the crap out of this fucking other monster, rips it apart, grabs the kid's little shell pod thing that they're housed in and just crushes it. And he's just like, oh my God, like, begging him to stop the whole time. It's really messed up. I thought that was such a super cool moment. Kind of tragic, obviously. It's terrible, but it was such a cool moment. You know, I like it when somebody has balls, they really go for that like really messed up like moment. You know, like not deal with that. And then of course, whiny crybaby just starts whining and crying for 2 whole episodes. Is pretty much what it turns out.
Well, yeah, but then it kind of takes the robot on and a berserk spin, so it kind of works out. Yeah, I thought the the coolest part I thought was the pool of clones where they hit the button and they all start falling apart and disintegrating, but you can't tell if they're laughing or crying.
Yeah, it was super creepy.
That's creepy.
Yeah, it's super creepy. Like half smile on their faces, and there's just a whole bunch of them. And yeah, of course they're all 12-year-old girls. It looks like.
Yeah, they're all clones with you're told no soul.
Yeah. And
they're just like happy to be falling apart.
Yay, we're dying! Yay!
Oh boy.
So yeah, that was a little creepy. Yeah. But again, overall, I give it a 7. Dan gives it a 9. So we're running somewhere about an 8. But yeah, no, give it a watch. Neon Genesis Evangelion. Next up, I think we're gonna do Avatar, the first Avatar. Probably I just want to get the whole first Avatar out of it. Let's talk about it. We don't have to watch obviously the whole thing. It's a lot of episodes.
I do, but
you haven't seen any of it?
No.
Oh God, I should slap you in the face.
It's been on my list to watch for a while.
Oh man, all right. Yeah. Well, we'll make sure Dan gets that. So that might be like a 2-week undertaking now.
We got a shorter one for next week. It seems to work out well.
Yeah, we'll pick some movie or watch something for next week, and we'll get on the Facebook and the Twitter and let you guys know about that. But so Anime-Niacs episode 6 is going to be something random, and we will pick at a later date. But get ready for Avatar, the last Airbender series with Aang the Avatar. We're going to go over that, and it'll be good. 2 weeks on that. I'll catch you guys later.
We're not going to watch the It's
My M. Night Shyamalan movie? No, we're not going to watch that movie.
I heard it was good.
Oh, did you? Who'd you hear that from? Yourself? All right. Catch you guys later. Have a good one.